business. Your profit with profit, oh God.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know. I'm way up, I feel blessed.
But we're here, and we know this is the best part of your Tuesday, so we're gonna get to it. First, you want to start out with a shout out? I got shout out to the frat, man. shout out to SAE for a wonderful time last night.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
A wonderful gathering.
If you missed Paddy Murphy the social last night,
hey, if you weren't at Paddy Murphy last night,
I'd say sorry about that.
If you weren't at Paddy Murphy last night, you missed out for sure. A definite great time.
I've never seen Tux that packed on a Monday.
I've never.
We were 8 people away from max limit. We had 291 people at that social.
That probably up until next week will be the biggest social I've been to, and that was
pretty big.
It was a great time.
Be on the lookout for the quad social later in this year.
Oh man!
Later this year,
gosh, I'm so excited.
SAE and Pike, AZD, and DZ are all getting together to throw one social.
I'm so excited.
So that's gonna be a good one.
I love being a non-Greek that's cool with all the frats and sororities. I love it. I love my life so much. But hey, shout out to my boys in SAE. Shout out to all of SAE. Y'all my favorite frat.
Thanks, Trevor. We appreciate that. Hey, that's a big recruitment point. We might use that next year in Rush Week. We are actually Trevor James' favorite frat.
Hey,
we're fraternity. We are fraternity. Don't call us a frat, please.
Hey, if
bad.
If I'm famous by next year, that'll be a great selling point, actually. So we'll see.
I agree.
Shout out to my favorite fraternity, SAE, man. Definitely a great time last night. Tonight we're gonna have a big show. Got a lot of stuff we need to talk about. I came up with, first of all, let's start with we're going to go through bizarre news that I find. You know, if you listen to the show, every Tuesday I find the most bizarre news stories that I can that are intriguing to my personal interest. So I got some really good ones. There's like 3. They're going to capture your attention. You're going to love them, guys. So be on the lookout for our news section. Tonight we're going to get into a couple topics. We're going to ask the question, 'cause I want to know, a couple of my friends have said in the past that they have this belief. I do not share this belief, but I can see where they're going with it. You know, Trev and Tribb, we like to talk about topics that can get kind of deep, although they may be superficial, like the party theory.
Yeah, but that was a classic. That was a good one. That was a good one.
The party theory is a classic theory. This is another one. I want to ask the question tonight, and I hate we couldn't get any female guests, so all my female listeners, I'm going to need you guys to respond when we get down to these topics, because I want to hear what the females have to say on this. But our first topic we're going to get into, looking down my list, do you know anyone, or do you do it personally, do you know anyone that dates down on their standards?
I hope not.
Like,
man, I hope
intentionally.
Not. Intentionally, I don't know. I think it's different for boys and girls, though. Obviously, it's very different because guys. I mean,
guys.
Let's be serious. Guys are superficial. Guys go for hot girls. Like it's just how guys are. Guys go for girls they think are attractive, especially in college. You know, we're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. They're gonna go for superficial reasons, especially at first. Girls are a little different. Girls will overlook some overlook looks for personality.
Yeah,
that's what girls are.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna get into this. Interesting. I'll give a quick example. I mean just give me the quick briefing. But I've got a couple of guy friends that they won't date girls that they feel are more attractive than them. Yeah, that's a twist. You didn't think I was going there, did you? I feel like I've really had multiple friends that have told me that they will not date a girl that they feel is more attractive than them. Like this is not a one-time. I'm not gonna say why yet, but we're gonna get into it. I don't know.
We'll get into it. We're gonna
get into it. I don't know if there's any females that are the same way. I mean, it's probably easier for females.
Yeah.
But from a guy's standpoint, I just thought it was interesting that they date down on their standards. Hayden looks so befuddled.
I'm confused by that. Like, I'm confused by that.
Now, let me clarify this. Okay. Not just date down like I like ugly people, like nothing like that, nothing crazy. But what made me ask this question to give some background to what we're asking is because I have a couple of friends that said that they would not date a girl who was better looking than them. And that got me to thinking, as I do so often, And it just made me think, do other people have this mentality of, I'm not going to date someone who's more attractive than me because for whatever odd reason. Okay, since we're talking about the topic, my friends, they say they will not date a girl who's more attractive than them for the reason that they're not going to feel like a second fiddle to them.
Man, okay,
that's the ego.
Okay,
It's the ego.
okay. First off, if you're a guy, you need to feel second fiddle to your girl. You need to make your girl feel like the most important person on the planet. Do not ever try to be the most important person in a relationship. Obviously, you know, it's a give and take. It's a working thing. But at the same time, you need to make the girl feel special.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an ego thing. I'm not going to say any names, but I hang out with some people who got some serious egos. So it's funny that they said this, but I think it's crazy that if you're settling for less because you don't want to be a Luigi compared to a Mario, player 2. I think it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude. Hey, but Luigi's a cool dude though. Luigi got Daisy. He ain't get Peach, but he got Daisy.
Hey, Luigi won too. That's the thing people forget. Luigi won too. So we want to ask a question on our Twitter page. Do y'all know anybody that thinks like this, or have you heard of this? This is the first time I had heard of it. People doing this, actually. I didn't. I thought it was kind of crazy. But I can see if you had an ego, your reasoning behind it. But go ahead and let us know on our Twitter page at Trev_and_Tribb, Tribb. What do you think about this topic? Do you see people doing this a lot?
I know personally myself, I only go for girls that I think are more attractive than me. Because, I mean, dude, I'm the kind of guy, I like walking around with a dime piece on my arm.
I mean,
I like being the guy when people are like, dude, that ugly guy could pull that. That says a lot about that dude.
That says a lot about who you are when you see that ugly dude with a bad girlfriend. You're like, man, that dude, he good. But we just want to ask that question because I've only heard of it from these couple of friends, and it wasn't until within the last year that I heard this. But we want to know what you guys think about this topic. I will again say I think it's a pride and an ego thing. I think that this is would you say this is rare? I think this is a rare instance. I wouldn't say most people think like this.
Nah, this is that. I'd say this. Well, I hope this is a rare thing.
I hope it's rare.
If it's not a rare thing, then it just screams about someone's ego. It just talks about someone's ego. That's all it does.
Yeah, I mean,
it just speaks volumes to how much they think of themselves. And if you have that big of an ego, I don't think you should be in a relationship, personally. Yeah, I think you need to work on that.
I think it's a little bit crazy. But, yeah, we got some feedback already. Shout out my boy Patrick Gruner. Shout out to Podcat too as well, man. This is some cool cats as well. Pat said, always date up, never date down.
Always. Good job, Pat.
Always,
thank
Pat.
you.
Patrick Gruner, thank you, my man. Pat actually had some feedback last week, but I didn't see it till after the show. Pat, I apologize. I got you this week, homie, though. Shout out to Pat. The rest of them Podcat boys. I definitely agree. I don't think you should be out there dating down on your standards on purpose because of your ego.
Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work. I mean whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth. For my niggas who gon' go to hell and back for me, I'ma give them heaven on earth for a hell of a check, yeah, whichever come first. Blessings on blessings on blessings.